Hey y'all, I'm back again, taking another walk again, y'all. I could do this all the time. I'm a New Yorker. Let me tell you, we New Yorkers, we used to this walking stuff. We don't just jump in cars and ride and do all that crazy stuff, wasting money on paying for gas. And they say if you can't make it in New York, you cannot make it anywhere. And that is the God honest truth. Because when I moved out of New York and I moved into these little other states, it's not the same. So I learned how to use my New York skills. Oh, yeah. You know how we New Yorkers are. We got the gift of gab. And New Yorkers, they very inspirational people if you make it out of New York. And I ain't talking about people that stayed there and just stayed there and stayed there and just didn't even move, like shaky move. I lived in every borough except Staten Island. I moved in, I visited Staten Island, of course, but I never lived in Staten Island at all. I mean, lived. But all the other boroughs, I lived, especially money making Manhattan, especially up in Harlem. Yep, that was my stomping grounds back in the days. If you knew KC, and guess what? I would have friends that would, all this noise go by me. Whew. I can take my time, y'all. I'm not rushing. Wait for this traffic to go by. But anyway, like I said, tell you my story, my New York story, since I'm doing all this damn walking and not driving. We New Yorkers, we got a different mentality when it comes to driving. We drive when it's necessary, like long distance or emergency situation, something like that. We'll burn gas. We will burn our gas because that's New York. We not too much in, the Long Island people and people that live in suburbs like Westchester, maybe. And you know how Westchester runs. It runs up from the Bronx. The Bronx ain't just the Bronx. It shares White Plains, Yonkers, New Rochelle, those part of the Bronx, little suburbs. Bronx is like, when people say you from the Bronx, like where? Riverside, South Bronx. I don't know what they call it now, that they got the trans nigga wagga, or whatever the damn gang names are, from some foreign other Latino culture. Excuse me. And that's how they, when they bring their new immigrants, how they try to connect them with their heritage and the people. Okay, that was a message to me. Anyway, they drop them in these areas where they feel it's a connection there, but it's not connection. Just because people are from Latin culture, it's still, or Latin heritage, or ethnicity, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Just because people got certain things that might be similar, yes, they assimilate. But in these United States of America, okay, it has to be more deeper than that. I don't know. Because being around this West Indian culture and being around some of these Africans, yes, we got some similarities in some things. But we're not even talking about that. We're talking about the fact that we are Western. We're Western as Americans. We're the Western Americans, if you want to put it that way. Black Western Americans, you know, we're westernized, civilized, and polished, and, you know, that's who we are. That's the way our nation we come from has shaped who we are. And when they come, they think we're like them. And we're not trying to be rude, and we're trying to not say nasty things, but we're not like them, because our experiences and history has been different. It's not from what the beginning of the story was. It's where it ends. You know, we're black Westerners. We're black Americans. We're not all the same. We all didn't have the same life, the experiences in our history, in our story of our lives. We're different. We're different. And that's what we're trying to say to our neighbors or our friends or our brothers and sisters in Africa. We're different. We're not going to sit up here and say our food is the same as yours, because it's not. We might use something similar as far as our ingredients to get a certain texture, color, or a look. But when you really look inside the ingredients, it's different. Y'all use more spices and hot food in your so-called jollof rice. We don't. Our food has a savory taste, but it's not as spicy. And we use things as sausage and maybe shrimps, and even some people might, do some chicken, but very rare. The whole thing with using what you call jambalaya is just to get that texture, that Louisiana look, the flavor, the look, the culture to the food. Our culture is different. I mean, my people Geechee. They from South Carolina, so they're not called. They don't call it jambalaya or jollof. They call it red rice. That's all it is red rice. So everybody got a different name to it, and it means something different to everybody in their own language and their own culture. And that's what immigrants that try to come to the United States, and they also feel like they fit in and assimilate. And they don't. We're different. But when you come here, being that we the natives, you should supposed to respect us. That's all we saying. Okay? Don't try to say, oh, we the same, we the same, we the same. When it comes to America, we different. Okay? Point blank period. We're different. We're not the same. This is America. You're from Nigeria. You're from Sudan. You're from Cameroon. You're from all these other nations. We are different. But if you say we one nation under God, I get it. But when it comes to certain foods and stuff, yeah, we might have some. But please be true in your identity. Don't try to force yourself to try to say you one of us, and you're not, because then you're feeling like a thief. You a liar and you a thief, because you don't want to be true about your identity. And that's the part that pisses us off. You got to call out that type of conduct or behavior, not to be hurtful, but to let you know, look, you stepping out of your boundaries. Sometimes you got to say it nicely, and then you got to hit them real freaking hard and offend motherfuckers, because that's how it goes. People can't keep pushing you over the edge. When you're telling them something, they should listen and move the fuck on. Okay? Don't stay up in my face or get up in my space and knock me off my square. Because then when I do it, I'm going to become a criminal. Okay? Or whatever you want to call me. But it's just the way it is. Don't push people when they tell you who the fuck they are. Okay? It's just the bottom line to life. That's the game. We animals. Okay? We got to get through each and every one of us who we are and when we not a prey. We're not going to be nobody's prey. Got to watch out for your soul, and that's what it is. Okay? So with that being said, I'm at my destination. God bless you, and peace.